with, and don't kick off straight away going, oh, you're going to take away whatever it is. But if I got into any sort of position of power, right, so this is fantasy, I'd ban loads of stuff. But here's why. I ban fucking idiots driving in the back of people. I just don't get this. How the fuck? There's a load of cars all spun round and everything's bad here, by the way, so just bear with a second. How did you manage to do that, you fucking idiots? Oh, that ain't gonna polish out. Anyway, sorry about that. Years ago, when we had hardly any immigration, right, we had morals, ethics, all those standards, right? We also didn't have music telling you to go fucking kill people or stab people or all of that shit. We also didn't have endless films about gang violence and bigging up gang violence and bigging up the prison fucking ethic of when you're in prison being part of a gang and the stabbing up shit, the shooting shit, and all that sort of stuff, and all of that crap that actually influences our kids. Now, a lot of you are going to say, oh, don't be silly, it's just a film or it's just music. Really? Well, here's a thought, try this one on for size. It was just adverts, it was just TV that told people that they were going to die if they didn't get a jab. It was just TV that told people to take this medical intervention that had not been tried or tested, right? Or they die. It's just TV and radio that tells the average white fool that he's a racist because of his skin colour and that he's inherently racist. It's just TV that's been slowly programming 3/4 of the population to literally work against their own best interests. So if that's a possibility with what I would consider people who may well have been on this planet quite a few years and seen quite a bit, and so many people I would have considered as bright and educated, now I look at them dumbfounded, right? If TV, constant TV and radio and stuff like this telling people something can hoodwink them, right? Then just maybe this rap, drill music, call it what you like, right? And all of these violent films that are telling people that they've got front up, respect, and all that other wank that makes them look like fucking assholes. Here's another one. When they walk around with their trousers off where they're around their ankles, right, and they think they look cool. You dumb fucks. In the fraternity, he's about to get nicked, right? In the prison fraternity, that means you're ready to get fucked in the ass. You're available, you dumb prick. So, if it can convince them that as well, then surely these people can be conversed. I'm going to let you into a little admission. When I was going through my change, I used to be a very small guy, all right, and I was very late in developing. Literally 18 years old, I was still getting pulled out of my car by the police and telling take daddy's car home, to which I nearly fell about laughing. That didn't go well either, because I was driving a beaten up Ford Capri. My dad didn't drive one of those cars, he drove a Volvo, very sensible. But anyway, when I started to find my feet and started to fight, I also was listening to Cube, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and all that lot, and I was quite taken with the idea of, but you know, and I was hanging around the door, I was working up the nightclubs, and it was like fight, fight, fight all the time. And I have to say, I did get into a mindset. I know. Oh, that's another bloke that nearly went down the one way that I nearly went down. Cheers, boss. But what I'm trying to get across to you here is, if you hear something or see something enough, you can fall for it. Humans are like that. Adolf Hitler said, if you tell a lie, a big lie, often enough, and loudly enough, people will believe it. And he was true, it was right. So, to build back the society that I want our country to have, and obviously a lot of you that watch this, I want a good, clean, living society where you ain't gonna get that when people worship the wrong fucking gods, when people worship the wrong people in positions of power of any description. When you start thinking that mush who's dripping with gold and saying about how he's going to cap this person or do this, when you start looking up to that mug, then you're gonna start acting a bit like that. It happens. We're humans. So let me know what you think, whether I'm totally out and I'm just like a little mini Hitler, because at the end of the day, we're gonna have to take some really drastic actions going forward to change stuff. And you've got to make it stylish, fashionable, to have loyalty, honesty, integrity and all that. You would have to push these values, the values at the moment they call far right. You would have to be pushing all the clean values and literally make women search for that in blokes and make blokes search for the same in women. If you can make that, and say for instance you started to make, I don't know, because they always bring back fashions from the past. What about the same sort of dress sense as the 50s and 60s? You know, suits going out, shit like that. Excellent. Instead of making all of these films about, say for instance, everybody, oh, the craze this, the craze that. The craze were nothing but a bunch of fucking thugs. So were the Richardsons. That was in the UK. And they've had different types up and down the country. Scotland had its own, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Birmingham had their own, all the big cities had their own gangsters, right? But these gangsters lived off other people's money. That's the fact of it, all right? And when we start getting that through to the kids, that these people had a short life where they made a load of money and then went to prison, most of them, for the 3/4 of their adult life. We've got to get people out and kids out of this mindset of looking up to the wrong shit, because otherwise we're fucked. Let me know what you think.